Malaysia, a motorcyclist paradise with winding roads, a huge sense of freedom, and new sights everywhere you look. A country with one foot in the future and the other rooted firmly in history and tradition. It's a jewel in Southeast Asia. This week, I head to Kuala Lumpur and get crazy with the Red Warrior motorcycle stunt team. Then head down to the heritage city of Malacca to meet a very unusual lady.
Nyonya would be like you, young and beautiful. You're already old already.
Stop. I'm Jaime Dempsey, and I spent a lot of my life working behind the bar in one of the world's hippest cities, Los Angeles. But when the night's over and the sun comes up, I seek adventure of a completely different kind. I'm on the final leg of my phenomenal ride across this jewel of Southeast Asia. And I've just arrived in the capital city, Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is a bustling metropolis that has its origins in the 1850s, and like so many cities in Malaysia, was founded on tin mining. Strangely, Kuala Lumpur means muddy river. It is, however, the most vibrant city in Malaysia, with hundreds of things for visitors to see and do. The city itself is huge and is home to a population of about 1.6 million. If you include the surrounding area, that's an additional 7.2 million people. Lots of people equals lots of bikes, and that means a Harley service center. I need to make a quick repair before I explore the city. Hello. Thank you. Somewhere along the way, I managed to break off a small piece of my number plate. I don't need any trouble from the law, so I'm bringing it here to get it fixed. And while I'm here, I'll get a service, because I still have a long way to go before this trip's over. Plus, as a bonus, I'll get a Harley Davidson t-shirt that says Kuala Lumpur to add to my 20 t-shirts from around the world. And there's a cafe, so a cup of coffee's in order. A Harley is like a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari. You can't just get it serviced at any old roadside mechanic. These guys know exactly what they're doing. Plus, they have all the special tools to get the job done properly. I always have my bike serviced at a Harley dealership. That way, I know the job's been done properly. One thing I'm really proud of is my collection of Harley Davidson t-shirts. Every time I'm in a new city, I have to grab one for that city. I got one in Penang, now I need one for KL. This one, yeah, Kuala Lumpur, and 110th anniversary of Harley Davidson. I'm taking this one. With my bike repaired and my t-shirt stowed, it was time to explore KL. I'd heard about this unusual Army motorcycle stunt team that have girls doing stunts. So I was keen to meet them and find out if there was anything I could get involved in. Everywhere I've been in Malaysia, it's clear the people here love bikes, but these guys take it to a totally different level. I consider myself a pretty daring girl, but this Red Warrior motorcycle team totally puts that to shame. I got pretty lucky and got here today right when they're in the middle of practicing for an upcoming event. So I'll get to see what most people would consider crazy, if not impossible. Oh, I'm totally not here. I'm here with the second officer in command of the Red Warrior motorcycle team, Captain Shaw. Hey, Captain Shaw.
Hi.
Can you tell me who are the Red Warriors?
The Army Red Warrior acrobatic team is an acrobatic and demonstration team, previously known as Wira Merah, and formed since 1963 at Impal Camp.
The Red Warriors are based in Kuala Lumpur, but the team performs about 30 shows a year all over the country. Each performance lasts about 20 to 30 minutes. The show is constantly changing, but always involves the most incredible stunts. Although the riders compete with each other for individual stunt ideas, when they work together as a team, they are flawless. One of the highlights is the Knievel jump, as well as routines with carefully balanced team members in different postures.
We have 66 warriors here, most of them from the military police corps.
Oh, so they're
Yes.
selected from the military.
Yes.
And I noticed there are a couple girls out there. You have females, women in the warrior team?
Yes, we have 6 female. They also do the acrobatic and the stunt performance.
The women do the same acrobatic stunts as the men, way more daring than me. Each member has a specialty stunt, and they often modify the bikes to fit the occasion. They use all sorts of bikes, including Mazda, Moto Guzzi, Kawasaki Scramblers, and even some old BSAs, which are a classic old British bike. That's amazing. Well, these guys are my new heroes.
Can you do like this?
Well, I would like to try doing it. How long would it take to train me?
If you are brave, you can do 1 day or 2 days. But we train them about 1 month and 2 months before they can do their own performance.
Well, I didn't have 2 days to learn how to do this. So after watching all the stunts, I picked one. Time to suit up and get involved. I've been invited to be a Red Warrior for 1 day, and look what they have me doing on my first day of training. Once again, I'm getting into crazy business. I'm more used to one woman, one bike, so this took a bit of getting used to. But once I learned to trust my teammates, we were underway. I think we had 16 people balanced on 2 bikes. That sounds like a lot, but their record is 27 people on 1 bike. I'm so relaxed. Maybe relaxed is a bit of a stretch. I wasn't terrified. We started well, but there were a few times when the pyramid could have come crashing down. Thankfully, we made it back with my pride intact. Whew. That was amazing. What a balancing act. It looks really difficult, and it is. Whew, my heart is racing. I left the Red Warriors and headed into town. This was such a cool experience, I knew I should share it online immediately. I wanted to use the faster speed of 4G, so I popped over to a Blue Cube store to see if they could help me upgrade my SIM card. Once I'd done that, I'd be able to upload my photos and videos instantly. Coming up, I head to Jalan Alor with Sarima Ibrahim to sample some tasty Malaysian food.
If you eat it, it'll stay on your breath for like 7 years.
Try to make my own tarik and meet Bibik Kim in Malacca.
I waited so long for you to come.
I have been to a lot of quaint eating stalls on my journey through Malaysia, but nothing as chaotic and grand as this. This place is literally a food explosion, with famous delicacies from every corner of the country found everywhere you look. And I'm here to meet a local celebrity who can show me around this minefield of food. Sarima!
Hi, Jamie.
Lovely
to see you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. Welcome to Jalan Alor.
What is Jalan Alor?
Oh, this is where everybody comes to eat in KL. It is like one of the most famous places to eat when you're in KL. You have to come here.
There's so much, I don't know what to order.
Don't worry, that's why I'm here, because I love food as well. Are you hungry?
I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry. I just want to eat. What I'll do is I'll order some of the more famous things that are here. It's primarily like a Chinese eating hawker style.
Yeah, I've noticed, and I can't read any of the signage,
Of the
so I don't
signage.
know what things are. Jalan Alor is a must-see for every tourist visiting KL. So a lot of foreigners and travelers can always be seen eating here. The cool thing is, it's still a favorite with the locals, so it's retained its authentic feel. I've never seen so many seafood stalls in one space. And there's a huge selection of Indian, Malay, and Chinese foods too. This place never stops and stays open until 4 a.m. every night.
So Jamie, when you come to Jalan Alor, primarily, as I was saying, like it's seafood. So you have your squid, like massive giant squid, and they like to serve this squid with a certain type of vegetable called kangkong, which is like our spinach. And then you've got cockles. Malaysians love eating cockles. It's like a delicacy of sort, and cockles are very famous here. And over here we've got the man with the really funny hair. Yang masak apa ni? Apa? Sayur. Oh, sayur. He's cooking vegetables. They do add sometimes something called patai, and it leaves this really pungent taste on any dish that it's added to. And that's very much like a Malaysian thing. We like to add that to stuff. But if you eat it, it'll stay on your breath for like 7 years.
I don't need that.
Joking. So, as we go a bit deeper in, you can also in Jalan Alor find a lot of mixture. Remember I was saying to you earlier, there's sometimes you can find Malay food and Indian food as well as Chinese. So here you'll see some dishes that are not just Chinesey. You could say that they had a dash of Malay touch to it.
As we went from one stall to another, I was left bewildered. Thank goodness I had someone as knowledgeable as Sarima to make the hard choices on what to eat. There were just way too many weird things to choose from. As soon as she sent out the orders, the food started coming in. First up, grilled stingray.
Stingray. This is amazing, by the way. This is like one of the more famous grilled dishes here. It's sort of like offset with the spicy chili. And
It's
oh my god,
huge.
this is amazing. Now, we've got butter prawns, butter calamari, basically.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's like fried with batter, thrown together with spices. Chinese cabbage with garlic, bean curd. This is a thing in Malaysian reviews.
I noticed
For
there's a lot of
everything.
things on sticks here.
I think it's because what it does is, right, you're finished and then you've just got a toothpick. Easy.
That's great. This is a totally different eating experience from the US and the West, as these food courts have so many individual dishes. It's almost like a restaurant with a specialist chef for every single dish on the menu. The food kept coming and we kept eating. At times I actually thought I couldn't eat anymore, but you keep on going because the dishes are literally that good. It's a total food binge, and Sarima could tell what my favorites were.
You gotta tell me what you think of the butter prawns if you like them. Let's cheers with our prawns.
Cheers! The next day, I picked a direction and headed out to explore KL. Malaysians have a traditional drink called tarik. It's unlike anything I've seen in LA. It's made in roadside stalls, and there's definitely an art to making it. I'm definitely more of a tea drinker than a coffee drinker, and I'm in luck because one of the most popular drinks here in Malaysia is called tarik. And it's this pulled tea that creates this foam on the top, but the really cool thing about it is the way they make it. Let's go have a look. How do you make tarik? Can you show me?
Yeah, take this one first.
Okay.
Pour a bit.
Okay, we pour the tea in.
Okay.
Good?
We take the content one, put in a little bit.
This is condensed milk.
Yeah.
How many?
3 spoons.
1, 2, and 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we stir it up.
Then put a bit hiding milk. Okay, now.
Good? Okay.
Now you put the tea.
All right, this is the hard part. How do you pull the tea?
Okay, hold this in this hand, right hand.
Okay,
Just pour.
and just pour.
Pour.
The pros pour this stuff from over their head.
Do once again.
I was just glad I was able to keep most of the tea in the cup. I don't think I'm doing it right.
One more time.
And there we go. Tarik. You gonna try it? It's like a tea latte, absolutely delicious. Before I continued my journey south to Malacca, I was keen to try another Malaysian favorite, the durian. I've been hearing a lot about the Malaysian king of fruits, which is the durian, and that's what these guys are right here. They're super prickly, like porcupines. And from what I hear, you either love them or you hate them. So I'd like to find out what category do I fall in, love or hate. One of these, please. Thank you. Oh, wow, okay. Let's try it. Time to dig in. I think I love it. Coming up, I set off on the final leg of my journey to the historic town of Malacca. Here, I get a personal tour by an unusual and very famous lady. As I left KL, I knew I hadn't spent enough time exploring this wonderful city. But I have one final leg of my journey to go, and it will be to one of the country's most famous towns, Malacca. Malacca is 120 kilometers south of Kuala Lumpur, a straightforward journey for me and my Harley. As I entered Malacca, I was struck by the number of old heritage buildings the town had. And although only 2 hours away from KL, it felt like wandering into a completely different world. The city was named after the Malacca tree and was considered strategically important because of its location on what is now called the Straits of Malacca. It was already a wealthy and powerful hub when the Portuguese arrived and took the city by force in 1511. Since then, it's been occupied by the Dutch, the British, and the Japanese. I'm looking forward to finding out more about the town from my guide Bibik Kim. She's a local celebrity, well known throughout Malaysia. I arranged to meet her in Dutch Square, the center of town. Hi, Bibik.
Hi, Jamie.
How are you?
Are you fine? I waited so long for you to come.
I'm so sorry I'm late, but
It's
thank
okay,
you.
It's okay. You know, Malacca is not so full of traffic jams.
Yes, well, you're going to help guide me through everything, yeah?
Oh, no problem, it'll be my pleasure.
And where are we now? What is this place?
It's a very important place. This place is actually the center of Malacca city, where it all began. Where the Chinese people came here to trade and the Dutch came, they also built all the government offices over there.
The Stadhuis was built by the Dutch around 1660 and was used as an administrative center. It's the oldest building in the Far East and is now a museum. The iconic symbol of Malacca, Christ Church, was also built by the Dutch. All the buildings here have a story and are painted red in the Dutch tradition. The British have also left their mark. This fountain, built in honor of Queen Victoria, still works perfectly 100 years later.
And also this big clock you see over there, that clock was invented by a Baba.
Who's a Baba?
Oh, a Baba, sorry to tell you. A Baba is actually a descendant of the Chinese traders who came all the way from China to trade and stay in Malacca. So they married the local women. And their descendants after that were called Peranakan Cina.
Peranakan
China, we
Cina.
mean local born Chinese.
Oh, so it's the Chinese that are now from Malacca.
Right, not born in China. Then descendants after that are called Baba, men, Nyonya, lady.
Nyonya. And is this what the Nyonya ladies would wear, this
Nyonya
beautiful
lady.
dress?
And I call myself Bibi, which means an elderly aunt. Bibi.
Bibi.
Yeah.
That's why.
Nyonya will be like you, young and beautiful. They're already old already.
Stop.
So this is a very important place where most people will come and see the historical site of Malacca.
Malacca City was declared a UNESCO Heritage Site in 2007 and has become a major tourist destination. People come from all over the world to immerse themselves in the culture and to visit the numerous religious buildings. So, Bibik, this street is called Harmony Street?
Yes, it's called Harmony Street because of all the religious things are here. There at the back, that is the Chinese temple, the very old Chinese temple, a few 300 to 400 years old.
That's very old.
Yes, Cheng Hun Ting they call it. As you walk along over there, you'll find that a very old mosque. And next to the mosque will be a very old Hindu temple. So you can see there is a Chinese temple, a mosque, and a Hindu temple. That's why it's called Harmony Street, because we are so proud that we are able to practice religion freely.
And in harmony.
And in harmony, that's the most important thing, right? In
That
harmony.
makes sense.
Oh, right.
After a tour around the city, it was time for lunch. Bibik loves Peranakan food and has opened his own restaurant in Malacca. It's called Bibik Nyonya, and people come from as far away as Singapore to eat here and maybe meet Bibik in person.
We serve 100% authentic Nyonya food, because I'm the 7th generation of Nyonya in Malacca.
And what's a special Nyonya food? What makes it Nyonya?
Okay, Nyonya food, it has its own speciality. It's different from Chinese, Malay, Indian, whatsoever. It has its own originality, which is a combination of Chinese and Malay. People come all over to my restaurant to eat, and this is the most famous. It's called ikan goreng chili or chili fried fish.
It looks
A lot of people eat it. Looks red hot,
Yeah.
but it's not spicy. Okay.
I'll be the judge of that.
All right, all right. And then this is also another one. Is otak-otak.
Another famous dish was otak-otak. It's made from fish fillet and made into paste. Despite the vibrant yellow, Bibik assured me everything in his restaurant is made from original ingredients and uses absolutely no artificial coloring. My very first chili fish. Now with the spoon. You'd think covered with chili, this would be super spicy, but full of flavor and a little sweet. Very good. I love Nyonya food. It's not too spicy and it's packed with flavor. There's definitely an art to this type of cooking. Bibik tells me that a Nyonya can determine the cooking skills of a new daughter-in-law through the sound she makes preparing the spices in a mortar and pestle. Scary, but interesting. As I meandered around the streets of Malacca, my mind was flooded with everything I'd seen, felt, and experienced since I started my trip. I've traveled nearly 3,500 kilometers, seen some amazing things, and passed through nearly all the states in Malaysia. Along the way, I've had some great adventures. In Johor, I got to race against an actual Formula One driver, fed crocodiles, and watched an ostrich give birth. Well, lay a gigantic egg. In Pahang, I spent some time at the beach, enjoyed the Royal Museum, and learned that gravity should never be taken for granted, especially when you're rolling around in a Zorb ball. In Terengganu, I went to a crystal mosque, learned to build a traditional boat, and had 1,000 fish massage. In Kelantan, I got to visit an historic battle site, help master craftsmen with their work, and ate a giant catfish. In Penang, I toured the heritage city, ate asam laksa, and had an in-depth tour around the famous Blue Mansion.
Picture, he looks like Charlie Chaplin. Yeah.
In Perak, I got down and dirty in the jungle with some extreme 4x4. It was hot, dirty, and crazy, but extremely good fun. In KL, I took to the skies and learned to fly, hung out in Jalan Alor, and learned to make tarik, Malaysian style. And in Malacca, I toured the city with Bibik Kim and ate Nyonya food specially prepared by my hosts. Well, what can I say? My 3,000-mile adventure around Malaysia has come to an end, and it's been a blast. I think I got everything out of my system, so it's back to LA, re-energized, refreshed, and ready for the next trip. So until then, back to California highways.
And our lives will be the better for